In this last video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to model extra details in one of these Cubeecraft characters. In this case, we'll be tackling the hair that the Goku character has. So let's start off down here in the bottom left-hand corner, which is my front view. I'm going to press N to bring up the panel on the right. And I'm going to scroll down, and I want to reset the rotation back to 0 degrees, and that way the image is nice and straight. And you can see I'll zoom in on the hair, and there we go. Okay, so this is a pretty custom shape. It's not going to be a cube, so what do we do? Well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm in object mode. I'm going to do Shift A, and I'm going to add in a mesh, and I'm going to add in a plane. Okay, so you'll see in my perspective view, you can see here's the plane right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tab into edit mode. I'm going to press R and X and 90, and that's going to make the plane stand up. So it's facing my front view. Okay, I'll now go ahead and I'm going to press Control Tab and get into vertex mode. And now I'm going to box select 3 of the 4 vertices. So only one vertex is going to be unselected. And with 3 of them selected, I'm going to press X and I'm going to delete 3 of the 4 vertices. So what's left? Well, this little teeny tiny vertex right here is left. And what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to zoom in really far, and I'll select the vertex and I'll press G and I'll grab it and I'll place it right here in the bottom tip of the hair. So what I'm going to do to make a custom shape is I'm going to select the vertex, then I'm going to press E and I'm going to extrude and pull out a line here. I'll then left click to place it and I'll press E to extrude, and you can see it again. So I'll press A so you can really kind of see the line that I'm building here. Okay, so that's it. I'm just going to keep going around. Now my general advice is you don't need to do 3 million extrudes to get a good curvy shape. You want to really think about the curve, and the curvier the line, the more extrusions you'll need. If you have a nice straight line, then you can go ahead and kind of get away with maybe just 1 or 2 extrusions. So it's kind of hard to say how many extrusions are needed for a particular line. You just sort of have to use your judgment. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do this top curve here because it's kind of one of the curviest ones here. So again, when I approach a curve like this, I generally do smaller extrusions because then I'm able to then do curvier lines. Okay, and now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pause the recording, and I'm just going to continue moving around, and then I'll pick the recording back up once I'm pretty much down here into the inner side of the hair here. Okay, and we're back. So I've gone around, you can see up here in the 3D view, I've gone around the whole hair here, and it's looking pretty good. So now I'm on the inside of the hair. So we have these 3 tabs, 1, 2, and 3, and that's really so that the hair can actually stick into the Cubeecraft. We're not really worried about that. So I'm going to go ahead and just extrude, and I'm going to go straight up right inside here, and then extrude all the way across. So I'm basically ignoring the tabs, and then I'm going to go back down towards where I finished, and I'm going to stop short a little bit. So just so you can see, I'm going to press A a couple times so you can see how short I was. So something like that. There we go. And with all the vertices selected, I'm going to press F, and it's going to make a face. So there we are, there. And what I think I'll go ahead and do is now I can get ready to set up materials and objects and textures and all that. Okay, so for the object panel, I'm going to go ahead and call this Goku hair. Good. Material, I'm going to come here to the material browser, choose Goku matte, and texture, it's already set up. Good. Okay, so now here's where a whole bunch of people will make this mistake. You would normally be sort of on autopilot, and you would come up here to the 3D window, and you would press U, and you would unwrap. And when you do that, this could work, but it creates this really messy, stretched UV unwrapping. I'm going to go ahead and hide the image so you can see how messed up it is. So it's big, it's stretched and distorted, so you might try to press R and rotate it, and then you might try to press scale to scale it down, but it's pretty messed up. You'll also see that what looks like is certain areas here where it looks like it's overlapping, and it's over here, it's overlapping a little bit. Basically, that's all bad. That's going to make your results be pretty ugly. So my solution for it is to come over here to the front view, where I'm pretty happy with it, and come over here to the front view, and we're going to unwrap it in the front view. So your mouse pointer has to be in the front view, and I'm going to choose U to unwrap. And instead of the general unwrap command, down here at the bottom, there's a command that's called project from view. And I'm going to click that. And what that means is it's going to unwrap it, and it's going to look exactly like it does in this view. So the front view looks great. And so now over here, you can see that it looks pretty good. It's more proportionate. It's big, so I need to scale it. But it looks pretty darn good. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just press G and grab this, and then S to scale it. Now remember, you can scale it on two different axes. You can press S and then Y, and you can scale it on the Y axis. Then you can press S and you can press X, and you can scale it on the X axis. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video, and I'll come back when it's all looking good. Okay, so we're back, and I've basically, I just need to do a little tweaking. I just ended up scaling and then really looking at this and, you know, maybe moving a couple of the vertices individually, but it looks pretty good. As a final note, this is just a flat plane, so maybe I'll select all, and I'll press E to extrude, and I'll just go back in the Z-axis just to give it a little bit of thickness there, and then I'll tab out of edit mode, and I'll press Option G to get it to the center of the 3D world, and I'll go ahead and lift it up, and maybe I'll come to front view, zoom in on it, and grab it and get it looking just right. Now again, I could go ahead and scale it down a little bit, make it just correct. Okay, good. Now maybe I'll do top view and see where the cube is. Okay, so maybe it needs to come right in here a little bit. And I'll go to side view. Maybe it needs to come to the front a little bit. Okay. Okay. Now, if the hair is wrong, and I have to look at the Goku hair. Okay, so it looks like it's flipped the exact opposite way. So what I need to do is I'm going to select the hair, and I'm going to press R, and I'm going to press Z, so it's rotating on the Z axis, and I'm going to type in 180, so 180 degrees, so that way it's rotated, and then I'll go ahead and just move it on over. Okay, so that looks pretty good. It looks like, ooh, I guess he has two faces. I need to fix that. Okay. So I thought I took care of that, but I guess I did not. Okay, so I'm doing the back, I'm taking care of the back of his head here. There we go. Okay, so that's better. Good. The nice thing about UV mapping is things are pretty straightforward. Okay, so now I can move his hair back a little bit, or I can put it right up front, something right there. Okay, good. All right, so he's looking pretty good. Couple little tweaks here and there, but he's looking pretty decent right now. Okay, so there he is. Head, torso, and hair. Again, you might run into extra details, not like hair, so like weapons or props that the character's holding. Again, try the same technique. Take a plane, delete 3 vertices, extrude the last vertex that's left, make the shape that you want, and extrude it for some thickness. It's a fantastic technique, and it works really well on lots of things. Okay, you will notice that on the hair, since I extruded it, and I extruded it after I unwrapped it, which is generally a no-no, you'll notice that it's got some shine or some white there. So maybe if I want to go back here, I could try unwrapping it. Again, you'll see the UV map is here, but I added new geometry. So as I talked about in class, Blender doesn't know about the new geometry. So for fun here, let's just go ahead and select all the new geometry and hit unwrap. I could do project from view. It's going to be, yeah, that's pretty messed up. You can see how bad that is. So I'm going to undo that. Okay, so here it is here now. Again, I can do unwrap, project from view, and there it is. So I probably would have to do this over again. Scale it on down, grab it, do this here. So you kind of do want to know, and you can see because I rotated the hair, it's not fitting perfectly. So yeah, I'm running into some problems here. I may have to figure out how to handle the sides here. What I'd like to maybe do is, what I'm going to show you in class later after this project, is I'm going to show you how to use something called seams, and that would actually solve this problem right away. We only need the sides to be pure black, of course, so we would use seams, and then we could go ahead and put them right on top of the black, or his top of his hair, so it's pure black, and be all set. So I would say for now, just maybe try to be okay with what we've got here, and even though his hair has, we'll call it shine, but there you are right there. So that'll work just for now. Again, this project is just covering the basics. In the next project we'll cover seams, and that'll really get into the more advanced stuff with UV mapping. So I hope this helps you out, and I will see you in the next video. Good luck.